Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for ABC 7 News at noon. I'm Peter Dubois. It was a chilly start to this Wednesday morning, but the sun is out there and things warming up slightly. So let's check in with Devin Biggs to get a first check of our forecast and see what the rest of the day has in store.
Alrighty, happy Wednesday afternoon. So we did have a few flurries earlier this morning in the northern parts of the viewing area, though the radar kind of blew it up a little bit more than what it was. There may have been some moisture in the atmosphere, but a lot of this wasn't reaching the ground. You had to go further off towards the north for a few flurries. Those are getting out of here now and will be dry today, though, with a mixture of some clouds and sunshine in a few spots as the afternoon continues to progress on. Further down to the south, though, we've had a few rain showers over the ocean. Those are staying away from us. For us, the general idea will be a mixture of clouds and sunshine as we do move forward today. But later on tonight, though, the clouds break up for a while, allowing temperatures to cool off, and then we'll have some sunshine to start things off for your Thursday. A little bit of wind we'll have to watch out for from time to time as well, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. In a few spots, maybe a few higher gusts from time to time, maybe up to 20 miles per hour at times. But again, that's mainly today. As we head towards tomorrow, though, again, not too bad as we move forward. Maybe a little bit of wind, and that's about it. Let's break this down even more. Lower 40s today in a partly cloudy sky. It will be breezy. That north wind up to 15 miles per hour, maybe a few gusts up to 20 miles per hour from time to time. Later on tonight, the lower 20s, a mostly clear sky, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, though, not bad. Middle 40s, a little bit warmer with the mostly sunny sky. Breezy again with that west breeze up to around 15 miles per hour in a few spots. That hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, though, a mixture of clouds and some sunshine, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Meanwhile, we're learning more about Robert Card, the Bowdoin man responsible for last week's deadly mass shooting in Lewiston. A possible motive for the shooting spree was revealed following the release of an arrest warrant on Tuesday. Authorities said in the warrant that Card's sister called authorities after seeing his photograph in the news. She told them Card had been paranoid and delusional following a bad breakup and was hearing voices. She reported that Card thought people at the two shooting locations were broadcasting messages that he was a pedophile. In July, Card also accused a fellow Army reservist of calling him a pedophile before getting into a fight. An Army psychologist determined Card required treatment, and that's when he was committed to a psychiatric hospital in New York for 2 weeks. And in response to last week's shootings, one Auburn lawmaker has submitted an act to increase availability of mental health care facilities in Maine. That act would directly repeal Maine's Certificate of Need, specifically in regards to mental health services. Certificates of Need are laws that serve to regulate major capital expenditures for certain health care facilities. The primary objective is to help prevent duplicate costs and determine whether the community is in need of a purchase.
We have such dire needs for expanded mental health care options in Maine and opportunities for folks to get the care they need, that I don't want to see bureaucratic red tape like Certificate of Need standing in the way of folks getting the care they need.
Now awaits review by committee. Senators Susan Collins and Angus King remembered the victims of the Lewiston shootings during a joint address on the Senate floor last night. They spoke about the strength of the Lewiston community and the importance of honoring all those who lost their lives.
This community will never recover from this tragedy, but it will heal. But it will only heal as long as we remember and understand that this was a tragedy. And we have to resolve ourselves to move forward, to find a way to prevent tragedies like this, and to always remember those people.
No words can diminish the pain, shock, and understandable anger felt by the families who lost loved ones. Nevertheless, it is my hope that they will find solace and strength in knowing that they are in the hearts of so many.
Address, the senators read each of the victims' names and provided details about each of their life stories and backgrounds. And in the wake of that shooting, we are hearing countless stories of community members stepping up in a time of need. Our Corey Bouchard spoke with the neighboring business of one of the shooting locations about what they experienced and how they helped survivors.
When 40-year-old Robert Card opened fire at the just-in-time bowling alley on Wednesday night, many survivors that fled took off on foot Some of them made their way next door to Marco's, an Italian restaurant.
There was people coming in from different directions of the building, and they had come in, and once they kind of got their heads together, they locked the doors and shut off the lights to try to deter anyone from, coming to the restaurant thinking there's any activity going on.
His partner and some employees tried to help any way they could, providing beverages, a place to sit, or trying to provide some level of comfort while police searched for the gunman.
Probably just like anyone, they were just wondering, like, what the heck is going on? And then at the time, there were all kinds, I was getting texts from people that, obviously know that our building is close. I was getting texts from people that something happened over here, something happened over here, something happened over there. And my thoughts were it was multiple people at the time, so no one really knew what was going on because of all this, I guess, false information.
Arnold was glad that his people were there, but also has faith that anyone in their situation would have tried to help.
I think it's something that anyone would do. It's it's great that, they were able to go somewhere safe, anywhere it would be, but I think anyone would respectfully do that.
In Lewiston, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And as Lewiston and the surrounding communities cope and start to try to heal from that mass shooting, they're finding support in local faces, but also complete strangers from across the country. One of those strangers is David Graham, who goes by Cowboy Cares. Over the past few years, Graham says he's been to Uvalde, Maui, and countless other places. He travels from location to location where he lends an ear, provides a hug, or simply waves and tips his hat at cars as they drive by to let people know he cares.
Trying to provide an immediate impact of love. I'm trying to give everybody from the city workers that have to do the sewer and garbage, to the police and fire, to the citizens, to the addict, 15 seconds to drive by and be like, that's nice, that's nice. And so I've done this for a number of years at multiple disasters, shootings, stuff like that, and it's just an honor.
Another organization trying to help the community heal is Billy Graham's Rapid Response Team. That's a mobile ministry that also travels to disaster sites across the country. James Kilgore, a coordinator for the team, shared the advice that he gives people going through these types of tragedies.
These people here are like no other. They're just simply hurting and trying to find the best way to deal with it. And we have learned over the years that the best way to do that is to share your heart. You tell your story. You tell it again, and you tell me one more time. And you can tell it in different ways. You can tell it by writing it out. You can tell it by drawing it out. You can tell it by talking it out. The key thing is you got to talk about it.
Governor Mills has launched a website called Healing Together to help provide resources for victims' families and survivors. You can find a link to that resource on our website, foxbangor.com. In other news, the trial began today for a Portland man accused in a fatal hit and run that killed his former girlfriend. Raymond Lester is charged with the murder of his ex-girlfriend, Nicole Mokeme, whose body was found in Acadia National Park after an apparent hit and run in June of 2022. During his arraignment in October of last year, Lester entered a plea of not guilty. Opening statements were heard earlier this morning, and we'll have more on that story later tonight. A young man from Etna faces charges after he allegedly created a scare on social media. The Somerset County Sheriff's Department says 18-year-old Michael Bowden was arrested after he shared a photo of himself with a gun with the caption "Lewiston Part 2." Authorities say Bowden took the photo while sitting in a vehicle outside the Palmyra Walmart, where he was fired in 2021. He'd recently been seen in the Walmart parking lot on a nightly basis. Bowden was arrested at his home and charged with aggravated reckless conduct and domestic violence terrorizing. His rifle has been confiscated and Bowden has been released on $10,000 bail. Fairfield police want you to be on the lookout for a bank robbery suspect. Take a look at this photo and the person in it. He's a suspect in the bank robbery at the Bangor Savings Bank in Waterville on Tuesday. According to police, the suspect provided a note to a teller and then got away with an undisclosed amount of money. The suspect is described as 5'9", approximately 160 to 170 pounds. And the same person is also suspected in another robbery in the area at a Circle K in Fairfield. Anyone with information about this person is asked to contact Waterville or Fairfield police. An update now to a story we brought you yesterday. An arrest has been made after an investigation into threats made to area schools in Fairfield. The Fairfield Police Department says that Edward Daw, a 32-year-old from Fairfield but now living in Oklahoma, allegedly made threats on MSAD 49's social media accounts. Because of the concerning nature of those threats, schools were closed while police searched for those who posted the threats. After the investigation, Daw was taken into custody in Oklahoma City and charged with terrorism, hoax, and violation of the Oklahoma Computer Crimes Act. Both charges are felonies in Oklahoma, and he's now being held at the Oklahoma County Detention Center on a $1 million bond. A Madison man who was arrested in connection with a murder pleaded not guilty during his arraignment yesterday morning. Roland Flood was arraigned in Somerset County Superior Court Tuesday morning. He's been accused of murdering his roommate, Mark Tribune of Anson. Flood is being charged with intentional or knowing or alternatively depraved indifference murder. He's being held without bail at the Somerset County Jail. And coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, we'll tell you how local and state agencies are working to keep people safe from the threat of wildfires. Stay with us.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
There's too much uncertainty around Pine Tree Power.
It's a mystery bag that will cost Mainers billions.
It will mean tremendous uncertainty for workers, say Maine's labor leaders.
Business leaders say it will mean higher rates with no guarantee of better service.
And Governor Mills says, let's not gamble with our future. Vote no on question 3.
Please join leading Maine voices and vote no on 3.
It's a bad idea for Maine.
With AAA insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full-picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full-picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
You were watching WVII ABC 7 Lewiston Strong.
Welcome back. The Orono Fire Department is teaming up with the Maine Forest Service to help local residents protect their homes from wildfires. Our Grace Blanchard has that story.
Wildfires can spread in seconds, and the Orono Fire Department is working to protect their community from them by performing wildfire risk assessments.
For the town of Orono, this is kind of our first stab at this. We are hoping to bring to light some of the concerns that we may have for the community out in this area.
This past summer, the department received training through the Maine Wildlife Reduction Assessment Program alongside members of the Maine Forest Service.
It's a good way to educate homeowners on things that they can do to reduce the risk of a wildfire coming from the forest and getting near the homes.
According to the Maine Forest Service, Maine is the most forested state in the U.S. and averages 658 wildfires each year.
Embers can travel for miles, and if homes aren't ready for those, as far as roof cover, making sure that the leaf debris and stuff is cleaned up, those are all ignition points.
Residents can volunteer to have their property assessed for risk levels, and many are welcoming the program.
The things that we can do around our homes to help mitigate or prevent fires just makes everybody safer.
For more information on the program and safety tips, head to our website, foxbangor.com.
You do some of these recommendations, you have a lot less to worry about.
In Orono, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The medical field is seeing a shortage of pharmacists, posing significant safety concerns for pharmacies and patients both in Maine and across the country. But one Huston University program is trying to help to prepare students for future careers in pharmacy studies. Their hands-on curriculum helps students prepare for what may lie ahead in their respective careers. Some of that work includes learning how to administer shots and CPR, to identifying medication that will be the most helpful for patients.
Students can come with us and see real patients and be involved in the clinic. So they know that it's challenging, absolutely, but they also see the direct benefit that we have on patients.
Professor Snow hopes this next generation of pharmacists will lead to less shortages in our area, ultimately keeping pharmacies open with more regularity, something we could definitely use. All right, well, after the break, we'll have an update on the Israel-Hamas war and the latest call for a humanitarian ceasefire by the UN. We'll be right back.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the sparks that unite us, to the passions that drive us. We're driven by the things we love. From the visions that lead us, the feelings that inspire us, to the roads that bring us together. Coastal Auto Parts, 29 locations in Maine, will get you to the moments that matter most. With the largest network of parts and care to keep you firing on all cylinders. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
The big automakers want a monopoly on your car repairs. That's why they're starting to restrict access to your car's mechanical data. But voting yes on question 4, right to repair, will stop them. Hundreds of local independent repair shops across Maine urge yes on 4, because yes on 4 will protect consumer choice and save thousands of Maine jobs.
It's your car. It should be your choice where to fix it.
Vote yes on question 4. Yes on right to repair.
R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily. We offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, one of our many savory soups, or a pizza, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after a long workday? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Qatar has reportedly brokered a deal between Egypt, Israel, and Hamas to allow for limited evacuations from the Gaza Strip, according to Reuters. This as Israel's ground incursion in Gaza continues. ABC's Ines de la Cutara reports from Jerusalem.
Ambulances carrying injured Palestinians entering Egypt through the just-opened Rafah border crossing. The Palestinian Red Crescent says more than 80 seriously wounded people allowed to leave Gaza for medical treatment. Egypt ordered its hospitals to prepare to take in dozens of wounded people from Gaza for treatment. And just miles from the border, a new field hospital set up to treat the injured. The Hamas-run Palestinian Border Authority is also letting some foreign passport holders leave Gaza. Hundreds had gathered at the crossing but had not been allowed out until today due to disagreements among Egypt, Israel, and Hamas. And more aid trucks went the other way at the crossing, carrying much-needed food, water, and medicine.
We're continuing to try to increase the number that make it through Rafah every day, so we have sustained deliveries of humanitarian assistance.
People in Gaza still reeling after an Israeli airstrike on Gaza's largest refugee camp. At least 52 people killed, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. This man says he lost 15 members of his family. Israel's defense forces say they were targeting and successfully killed a top Hamas commander who played a major role in planning the October 7th attack that killed 1,400 people in Israel. The IDF claims that Hamas is using civilians as human shields. The death toll in Gaza now over 8,500, according to the Hamas-run Palestinian Health Ministry. This morning, Israeli forces moving deeper into Gaza, releasing footage showing its troops on the ground battling Hamas fighters. The Israeli military announcing more than 10 soldiers have now been killed in action.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken announcing plans to return to Israel on Friday for continued talks with Israeli leaders about the Hamas war. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, Jerusalem.
A bombshell court ruling in the real estate industry could affect anyone buying or selling a home. A jury has decided that realtors have been conspiring to keep their commissions high. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis with that story.
This morning, a federal jury's verdict threatens to shake up the real estate industry. The jury found the National Association of Realtors is liable for $1.8 billion in damages for controlling the multiple listing service, or MLS, and for requiring home sellers to pay both the buyer and seller brokerage fees in a single transaction.
As a seller of a home, as a homeowner, you have to agree to make an offer of compensation to the buyer's agent. And that's the only way you can list it. They have a stranglehold on the data.
Attorney Michael Ketchmark, one of the lead attorneys in the Missouri class action case, spoke to CNBC.
There's no reason that home sellers should be forced to pay a buyer's agent. It doesn't happen around the world. The only reason it's happening here is because the National Association of Realtors and these corporate real estate companies are following and enforcing this rule. And it's not right. It's against the law.
The federal jury agreed, but real estate agent Josh Flagg says home sellers routinely become buyers again and then benefit on the other end.
When you're going to buy a house, you're also not, it's reverse. You get a free ride one time, and then the other time you get to pay.
It's big money. Commissions paid for by the seller and then split between buyers and sellers' agents can be as much as 5 or 6% of a property's value. The Missouri ruling could do away with that split, potentially upending how real estate agents have done business for decades.
So what happens after this is kind of confusing. We don't know yet, in other words, what the effect of this decision will be.
The National Association of Realtors plans to appeal the decision. The Justice Department is also looking into the issue, which could take years to resolve. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
All right, and with things still a little chilly out there, let's turn things back over to Devin Biggs with a full forecast now. Just waiting for that, and we will actually have that full forecast for you when we come right back. Stay with us.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary, call now to see how a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan could get you some big benefits, including this all-in-one WellCare Spendables debit card to use for over-the-counter health items. Find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. A WellCare Medicare Advantage plan is designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage for prescription drugs, dental, vision and hearing, and the WellCare Spendables debit card to make getting the coverage you need more convenient. The WellCare Spendables debit card can be used for over-the-counter health items. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan with a $0 or low monthly plan premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 or low monthly plan premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-282-3827 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, and we make them easy to use so you can support your best health. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free guide will provide information to make a smart choice for your health care coverage. Just call 1-877-282-3827. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information, so call 1-877-282-3827. Call today.
Alrighty, your full weather forecast brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hampton, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later. All right, so earlier this morning, we did have a few flurries showing up on the radar. We still have a little bit of moisture still showing up on the radar still, but a lot of this is backing off as we speak. So this afternoon, I'm thinking dry. A lot of this didn't reach the ground that was showing up on the radar. A lot of this was kind of blown up a little bit because we had moisture. But a lot of it didn't reach the ground. Those flurries stayed farther off towards the north. But this afternoon, we're going to have a mixture of some clouds and sunshine. The moisture you see on here over the ocean will stay away from us, so that'll be some good news that we can report there. High pressure not too far away will move in our direction. This area, low pressure, will leave us alone, so we will stay dry during the afternoon period for today. Breaking all this down with Futurecast here, a mixture of clouds and sunshine will be common during the afternoon period today. Later on tonight, though, a mostly clear sky will be common, allowing temperatures to really fall. And then for tomorrow, a lot of sunshine to start things off, maybe a few passing clouds during the afternoon period. But even as we head towards Thursday night and parts of Friday morning, still looking rather quiet before the clouds build in as we head towards Friday morning in a few areas. A few gusty winds up to 15, maybe 20 miles per hour this afternoon in a few spots. We'll see that back off a little bit overnight tonight. But really, as we head towards tomorrow, look what happens, though. We'll have some gusts reaching up to maybe 15 to 20 miles per hour at times by Thursday afternoon in a few spots. So our average high temperature should be 52 degrees for this time of the year. We'll be below average for a little bit, though. This afternoon we'll be in the lower 40s, and Wednesday, though, or on Thursday, I should say, though, we'll be in the middle 40s as we start to warm things up just a little bit. But the lower 50s make a return Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, also Monday and Tuesday. So back to near average. We just have to wait until Friday for that to happen. So for today, though, we'll say the lower 40s this afternoon, partly cloudy and breezy. The north wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, though, lower 20s with a mostly clear sky, getting a little cool out there with the wind overall looking nice and calm. As we move ahead towards tomorrow, middle 40s, a lot of sunshine, breezy out there too, with that west breeze getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Healing Hands Massage. We'll be partly cloudy on Friday with highs in the low 50s, lower 50s Saturday, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for a few rain showers. And then rain showers move in on Sunday with highs in the lower 50s. Also remember, Sunday morning, 2 a.m. becomes 1 a.m. as daylight saving time ends.
All right, Devin, thank you. Well, thousands of Mainers did their trick-or-treating at the Bangor Mall this year. The furniture, mattresses, and more store hosted their first trunk-or-treat outside of the Bangor Mall. Local businesses, law enforcement, and community members helped organize that event. The owner of the furniture store says within the first hour, they had more than 1,000 trick-or-treaters.
Just a few weeks ago, we decided to do this, and to see 1,000 people show up the first hour, probably 2,000 here overall by the time we get done, shocks me. I'm excited to see that the community supports these type of events.
There was free coffee provided for the adults and, of course, tons of candy for the kids. The owner of the furniture store says given the success this year, they hope to make this trunk or treat an annual event. I'm sure lots of community members will be happy to see that happen. All right, well, that's going to do it for us for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.